friends, football, food, and First Take. Big shout to Eigner Chocolates for hooking us up with all this good stuff. As Stephen A. just said, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Thank you so much for being with us this morning, and we're going to get you set for the slate of games. Kimberly A. Martin, Damian Woody, the Super Bowl champ, and Stephen A. Smith.
You got me distracted here, Marley. All
looks good, right?
Here,
Fantastic.
Oh, man.
Incredible. Right? Hey, Stephen A., good morning. Happy Thanksgiving.
How you doing? Is that chocolate on that desk?
That's
chocolate
true.
on
There's a lot
that
of
desk?
chocolate on
It's a lot of chocolate.
Hello.
Lot of chocolate.
I
Milk chocolate,
appreciate
dark
the
chocolate,
chocolate. I
whatever
appreciate
you
the
fancy,
chocolate and
Stephen
all
A.
of that. But that's about dessert, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that don't come before the actual meat and potatoes, you know, like the turkey and the yams and the stuff. I mean, that comes later. I just want to let everybody know that. We ain't getting it twisted on this show.
Well, Stephen A., did you see the spread to my left? I mean, we got the full meal.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I'm sorry.
We got
My
the
bad.
full deal.
We got it all covered.
Stephen A., we're not rookies here, okay? We're not playing around. We'll
I know you ain't. I know you ain't when it comes to food.
No.
I know that much.
Stephen A., you know what was so funny? I was at a restaurant the other day, and someone was like, you really don't eat. And I'm like, you are the first person who ever said this in life. Clearly, you don't watch First Take.
Yeah.
You don't watch First Take at all.
Clearly, you are unaware.
At all.
Absolutely.
At all.
I was like, yep, just ask SA, because that is factually
Damn right.
incorrect. All right, guys,
I
let's
can
have some
confirm.
fun today.
That is
and
a lie.
again, happy holiday, everyone. Thank you so much
Happy
for being with us. The NFC leading Lions host the Bears in the first of 3 games today, where they'll look to end a 7-game losing streak on Thanksgiving. Quarterback Caleb Williams has looked more comfortable the past 2 games with Thomas Brown as offensive coordinator, while Detroit's offense looks to stay red hot. The Lions' offense has been a juggernaut this season, but they're even better at home than on the road. Detroit averages more than 37 points a game at home, nearly 9 more than they average on the road. And in the last 3 home games, they've scored 42, 52, and 52 points. Detroit now has a 69% chance to be the #1 seed in the NFC. Stephen A., I'll start with you. Do you think the Bears can keep it close today against Detroit?
I think they can. Listen, I don't like what I've seen offensively. I mean, even in the 22 points that they scored against the Bears, the 11 points they scored in the final 22 seconds. It came in the final 22 seconds. That was going to be my point, the onside, assisted by an onside kick. But I think that we have to look at the Bears and we have to say to ourselves, their record is kind of deceitful. Yes, they were on a 5-game losing streak after a 4-2 start. We do understand that. But let's take into account 3 of their losses. The Hail Mary loss to Washington. They should have won that game. There was a blocked field goal loss to Green Bay, and then, of course, the overtime loss to Minnesota. They could have won 2 of those 3 games, and then their record would be reversed right now. So we have to take that into consideration. This is not a team that has stunk up the joint. Now, Eberflus, the head coach, is a different matter, but I'm not going to get into that. Why? Because it's Thanksgiving. And it's a spirit of giving, and we want to be kind, and we want to be nice, and we don't want to excoriate the man on national television this morning. But the fact of the matter is, he's 5-18 in 1-score games as a head coach for the Chicago Bears. There are some people that are meant to be coordinators, operate on one side of the ball, and then there are others as a head coach that are destined to be leaders of men. A Mike Tomlin comes to mind, obviously, and Andy Reid comes to mind. People like that. A John Harbaugh comes to mind. Folks like that, they're just made to be head coaches, you can tell. Others, they were meant to be coordinators, and that's what I see going on in Chicago. Nevertheless, I like the development of Caleb Williams. I think that he can make every requisite throw. I think his mobility is underrated. The brother can run with the football. He's got good size. He's got a strong arm. He's got capabilities. We know what DJ Moore can bring to the table. Their defense is not shabby as well. I just look at this as a team that can make it interesting against anybody. Doesn't mean they'll come out with a victory, but can they make it interesting? Can they make it close, particularly on Thanksgiving Day, against a division rival? Yes, I think they can make it interesting.